using terms to order drinks like straight up or dry or on the rocks. I learned that with ice or dirty. What do those mean?
Let's talk a little bit about some of the bar terminology. Christy already told us that rocks mean ice. I'm going to go through real quickly some of the things that you may hear in a bar so that you'll know what you're talking about and the way to order drinks properly. So the first one obviously we talked about was rocks. One of the other ones that you said was straight up. Straight up, you normally hear those two terms combined. They're actually separate terms. Straight just means don't mix it with anything. So for example, we talked about Dave's father-in-law drinking scotch, drinking it straight. Now he may drink it straight on the rocks, or he may drink it straight up. And up means no rocks. Now generally up also implies that they want it chilled and then have it strained off the rocks into a glass with no ice. If they want it straight but not chilled, they'll generally ask for neat. And neat usually means right from the bottle into the glass. And those are some of the bar terms that you may hear and not have known what they meant. You also mentioned dirty. Dirty is specifically for martinis. When you order a martini dirty, it means put some of the olive juice from the garnish tray into the drink. Add olive juice into the drink for the martini. What does dry mean? Dry very simply means less vermouth. So if I'm looking at, let's say, a gin martini, dry means less sweet in beverage talk. That's all it means, less sweet. So when I decrease the amount of sweet ingredients, I make the drink drier. So if I were to take a regular martini and ask for it dry, it just means take less vermouth. I take less vermouth. If I ask for it extra dry, it means no vermouth at all, please. Now, in a Manhattan, because we're using sweet vermouth instead of dry vermouth, it means something a little different. If I ask for a dry Manhattan, it means please use dry vermouth instead of sweet vermouth. Okay. The last thing your guests may ask you is for a perfect Manhattan. Perfect means half sweet vermouth and half dry vermouth.
I can go ahead with the difference between beers and wines and everything, but I don't always work. I was actually taking a nice-looking girl, because I'm a nice-looking guy, I like to think, out last night, and she ordered a liqueur. I know what liquor is. I order that all the time, but a liqueur, I don't know, maybe you know, but Christy, you gotta help me here. Next time, I don't want to look stupid on a date when she orders a liqueur and I'm thinking, oh great, she's drinking tequila.
A liqueur is actually a cordial, and it is a low alcohol, high sugar drink.
Right, that's exactly right. Liqueurs and cordials, generally the same thing. They're things like Bailey's Irish Cream, Amaretto, Chambord. They have lower alcohol than, let's say, vodka, usually about half as much alcohol. They have a lot more flavor, usually some sugar added back in, and they're usually meant to be drunk alone. You have about 5 basic drink types. The first one is going to be a rocks drink, which is just a straight drink, either on the rocks or, if it's, as I said, it can be chilled and served up, but it's just a straight shot of liquor. The next type of drink you have is called a mixed drink, and a mixed drink is usually going to be liquor served with either soda or juice or some type of mixer. Then you have martinis. And today, martinis are any drink that's served up in a martini glass. Remember, up means chilled and strained into a martini glass. You also have tropical drinks and frozen drinks. Tropical drinks are usually served in larger glasses. They usually have multiple liquors in them, multiple mixers in them, generally a lot of fruit. And frozen drinks are served on the rocks in a blender. They're blended up and served so that they come out like a slushy or a smoothie.
Well, I want to give this a try. Are we going to get a chance to make some drinks?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. You guys ready to do that?
Now, before we get into that, I want to show you a couple of terms that you need to know so that when I show you how to make the drink, you know what I'm telling you to do. Now, we've all watched James Bond, right? How does James Bond take his martinis?
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred. Great. Now, there's a difference between the two, obviously, or he wouldn't bother specifying it. When I say shaken, when I ask you to shake a drink, I want you to take the tin and the glass, and you're going to put them together, and you're going to shake. When I ask you to shake a drink, I want you to shake the drink vigorously. When I ask you to stir the drink, normally what that means is you would take a bar spoon and just stir the drink in the tin. We don't do that a lot because it takes a lot of time. Normally, Instead of stirring, we'll do what we call rolling, which means you will take the drink from the tin, pour it into the glass, which stirs it, and then pour it back into the tin, and it's ready to be served.